I'm Die Hard. This is Die Harder.
Woo!
Titans are back, bitches.
You know it. Alright, guys, so we are back with the Psych-o-ween Halloween-themed Psych episodes, and this will be the second and last Halloween-themed Psych episode from Season 3. It is specifically Season 3, Episode 15. That's right, you know it. Come on, son.
Come on, son.
We're talking about Tuesday the 17th. Or is it really Friday the 13th?
It's both.
It is both.
It's both, son. And this episode was directed by the man, the myth, the legend, James Roday Rodriguez.
That's awesome. That is so freaking awesome. I believe the runtime was like 42 minutes. I think something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was like 42 minutes, and oh my God, let me just say before you get into the synopsis of the episode.
Let's twist this.
Yeah, but more importantly, I love every minute
of
this episode. This is by far one of the best Psych episodes where they parody something, and I know they do that a lot in a lot of the series and in the episodes, but this
is the best parody episode, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I have to agree with that.
Like, this stands the test of time to me.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I, for a long time, was not a fan of horror movies, as you know this.
Well, yeah, I got you into it, boy.
You always have been, and you're the one who got me into them. Now, I'm going to admit this right here, right now. I've never seen Friday the 13th.
That's going to change.
Yes. But before you say anything, I know the premise of it, and I know that Tuesday the 17th is a parody of Friday the 13th.
Fun fact, that Friday the 13th wasn't going to be a series. It was just going to be a one-off.
Really?
Yeah, the main killer wasn't even Jason. The first one was his mom. Because he drowns.
Interesting.
And then, spoiler alert, the last scene is him coming out of the river and killing somebody. That was literally a last-minute decision to put that in the movie.
Now, you see, again, I have not seen it, but had he not said that, I wouldn't have known that.
And he doesn't get the hockey mask until the third movie. I think the second movie, he's wearing a... Because the sack.
Yeah,
the sack.
Yeah. Interesting. So, again, I haven't seen him, so I wouldn't have known that. So, had you not said that, I wouldn't have known that. Okay, now, how would you briefly sum up this episode without spoiling it?
A childhood friend hires Sean and Gus to find a missing camp counselor. The detectives must discover whether an abandoned camp's dark past has arisen again.
Beautiful.
Let's twist this.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna elaborate a little bit on this because of how much we both love this episode. So, the beginning of the episode starts back with a flashback, of course.
Lake Tiki Hama, oh how much Hama.
I believe it
Please
said...
don't take my Tiki Hama away.
I believe it said 1988.
Yeah.
And Sean was mad at Gus because he teamed up with Jason Cunningham for the Pinata contest.
And they made a Rick Astley.
And then Sean made a Rick Astley Pinata. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that because I like Rick Astley as a person and as a singer. You know, never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna run around and desert you.
Is a classic. Although, I will say for the record, I think I was singing it before it became much more popular and a meme. But that's okay. I love the reference.
Yes.
That was just, I loved it. And then it, flashes back to present day.
And flash forward.
Flash forward. Yes. Thank you. And
Tim Drake's Robin.
Yes, yeah. Bruce Wayne Batman.
Bruce Man.
Bruce Man.
Bruce Man.
Yes, Bruce Man. That's right. And Jason Cunningham is sitting out front of the psych office on the bench, pretending to read a paper, where he tied up what remained of the Rick Astley pinata.
And then basically hung it with the noose.
With the noose. In front of the psych office. So they show up and like, what the,
Come on, son.
Come on, son. That's right. And they say something and then he reveals himself and then he goes on a walk with them saying that, oh, I've been back to Camp Tiki Hama and I've bought it. And then he explains what's going on and the happenings with the camp counselors being missing. And
plot twist, Goochberg.
Yes. And that's why he involves them and asks them to get involved and can you please help? And from there, I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Now, the second plot of this episode, I do want to talk about this. Probably not as much as the main plot, but I still feel like we should mention it because it had relevance to this episode and it did matter.
Yeah. Hashtag all plot lines matter.
Yes. I won't say that, even though I did not like it, I don't think you do either.
No, not really.
It still is there, and it's there for a reason. So, obviously, Camp Tikihama is the main plot line in this episode, but then you have Carlton Lassiter going out to dinner with
his bitch-ass estranged wife, I guess, at this point, because they didn't sign the divorce papers yet.
That's what I was about to say. His estranged wife.
You forgot bitch-ass.
Okay, that.
Say it.
Bitch-ass. Estranged wife. Okay,
yes.
There you go. So he's all hype and happy, and he's like, oh, what do I do? And he goes in the Chief Vic's office.
Yeah, because he thinks they're gonna get back together.
Yeah, and so he's like getting her chocolates, flowers. My man's going all out. He really wants to make a good impression. And then they both show up at I think they said the restaurant's name was Gerard's. They show up to Gerard's really early, and ironically, they're both there. Carlton didn't realize she was going to be there, and vice versa, and they both meet up at the bar and have a drink.
They throw back some brewskis.
Yes. And,
not with the broskis.
No. And get caught up in, all that fun stuff.
Some bitch-ass estranged wife bullshit.
Yes. Now, I don't remember the actress's name that plays his estranged wife.
We'll just call her bitch-ass.
Okay, bitch-ass. I don't know bitch-ass's real name, but I'm sorry. I turned to him at one point in the middle of rewatching Tuesday the 17th and said, is it just me or is she really ugly looking? And when I say that, I mean... Okay. I don't mean that disrespectfully towards the actress. I mean, how could they do that to Lassie and make his estranged wife so ugly? Like, he's a good-looking dude. Timothy Omenson is a good-looking dude. How could they get bitch-ass to be his estranged wife? Like, I literally, when I turned to him and said that to him, I quoted Home Alone and went, "Woof, Buzz's girlfriend." And to which you responded, I don't think she's that ugly.
Yeah, she's not that ugly, but she's not good looking. She's not that good looking.
No, like, I'm sorry. If I didn't know she was a woman, I might have thought she was a guy.
No, but hey, it's 2022.
That is true. So, that part aside. So, Carlton thinks that they're reconciling. He buys her this really expensive necklace, goes to give it to her, and then she explains, you must have misunderstood why I wanted to meet, pulls out a blue envelope, lays it down. He says, what's this? She promptly says, it's our divorce papers.
And that's what they call it, bitch ass.
And unless you've seen this episode before, which we have multiple times because of how good it is, you don't see that coming.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't. Like, you see Lassie, he thinks it's going to be good, they're going to reconcile, they're going to get back together, life is happy all day long.
No, bro. That's when you find out that life is strange.
It is.
That's a game reference.
Yes. I like that. And, like, I don't want to say that that's where the second plot gets bad, because, like, I kind of thought it was bad from the start, in my opinion.
Your opinion doesn't matter here.
Well, there you go. He said it, guys.
Only my opinion. My opinion is that your opinion blows.
Blows bitch ass. God.
Goochberg's storyline was better than this.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, no, I just really didn't like it.
Nah, man.
I didn't like it. I didn't like that they kind of disrespected Lassie like that by giving by giving him an ugly wife. Like, yeah, how you gonna do that to my boy like that? But yeah, so she goes to the bathroom. She comes back. To her surprise, he signed it.
And he's like, alright, bitch ass, get out of here.
Yeah. So basically, I signed it. We're done. And then I love. Did you hear the comment she makes before they kiss, and then she walks out? I'm never gonna stop loving you.
Bro, you just handed me divorce papers. Like, the frig.
Exactly. I don't know because I've watched this episode so many times because of how much I love it. And that line has always stood out to me. Why did they have her say that when he just signed their divorce papers? I don't know. I don't get that. I never really understood that, but
back to the main plot.
Main plot. So, the whole episode, like we already said, is a Friday the 13th parody. It is done so freaking well.
Yes.
To the point where the killer's attire even resembles Jason Voorhees. Actually, I was about to say, aside from the bag over his face, but you actually said that he did that.
I'll pull up a picture for you.
Okay, so he did apparently do that in the movies, because again, I've never seen any of them. So I was about to say that was, I guess, the only difference, but he's saying that they actually did that in the movies, and I'm curious to see what this picture looks like, because I want to see how close or not. Oh my god! Wow. Okay.
Except I think this one only has an eye cut out. He had two eyes and I think a little mouth cut out.
Okay.
So he could breathe.
But you know what? That's still pretty damn close.
Yeah,
so,
and then the thing he wore. Yeah, but yeah, the second it's referenced to part 2, which is the first time that the second time that you really get a glimpse at Jason, because I said, you get a glimpse of what he looks like without all this in the ending of the first one. But this is the first glimpse of it as Jason is the killer.
Okay, well there you go. So they completely referenced Jason Voorhees from apparently Friday the 13th Part 2. That's really cool. I did not know that. You see, again, not having seen the actual movies, how was I supposed to know that? But I love how the main killer looked exactly like Jason Voorhees. That was awesome. I loved the surprise twist when you think that all the counselors are being abducted and killed, and then it's a trick.
It's a murder mystery camp.
Yes. That was a fun, like, curveball surprise twist.
And then it was like, yee! And it was a surprise, they're actually the killer.
And then they do actually end up killing, yes. That was genius.
Yeah.
That was absolutely genius. And I'm not surprised that came from James Roday.
Right.
That was genius. I loved all the actors and actresses in this episode.
Except for Bitch Ass.
Except for Bitch Ass, yes. Everyone else was great. Fantastic. If you had to choose one character from this specific episode that was your favorite character, who would you have to pick?
Oh, my God.
I know. That's
I can't. Honestly.
It's hard, right? Like,
I'm going to just go and say all of them. Screw your rules. I'm making my own.
All right.
Let me rephrase that because I don't like bitch ass.
He said, "Hold up, I gotta rephrase that."
I liked the camp counselors, honestly, in the plot because
camp counselors. Okay, that's a good answer. Okay.
I don't know, because it was a whole, and I know we said that the past 2 episodes were Scooby-Doo, but this was.
Oh, this was definitely not Scooby.
No, this is totally Friday the 13th.
This was horror Friday the 13th, all in all. Yes. Me. If I had to pick one character from this episode to be my favorite, I think I would have to say
Boba Fett.
Yes.
He made a surprise game. No, just kidding.
A special guest appearance by
Boba Fett.
Yes. Now, I think I would have to say Clive, the killer.
Ah.
I think I would have to say Clive, only because
You made that Iron Sheik reference, huh?
well, you don't suspect him at first.
You really don't.
And he seems completely innocent.
And kind of like an idiot.
Yes, until he finally reveals that it was his dad who died there 20 years ago.
Yes.
And that's why Camp Tiki Hama got shut down.
Yeah.
So he's going to be my favorite character from this episode.
I think that's the first time we got a killer as a favorite
yes.
character.
Now, favorite line from this episode.
Oh, it has to be Let's Twist. It's a tie between Let's Twist This and we were the best tag team of all time. And he goes, really? With Iron Sheik and Vladimir Kozlov on the table? And he goes, really? Just made that? Really? You're going to use that reference?
Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov.
Nikolai! Why do I keep saying Vladimir?
That's okay. Now, you are a WWE, WWF wrestling fan. I kind of am not, but my dad is, so I know of some of them. I did not know that they were a tag team wrestling duo.
Yeah.
And then I messaged him one day at work when I was in the toys section at work at Target. I found a Nikolai Volkov action figure and I sent it to him and was like, let's twist this.
I think my second, I know this is completely off topic, but not really. Let's Get Hairy. I guess you can count that as
They do reference in that.
They're watching the Royal Rumble
and
they're doing the dolls and Sean comes in with going, oh, and then I think Gus is doing Junkyard Dog and then Sean's doing Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah. JYD.
Yeah. JYD, baby.
Okay. Great answers. Totally respectable. My answer to that question, my favorite scene out of this whole episode.
Oh, I have a third one, but I think you know what your favorite is.
Okay. You can say it after mine. My favorite scene of this whole episode is Gus. Are you kidding? When a brother goes out in the woods, you don't even sort of come back.
That's what I knew. That's what I knew you were going there.
That line.
Oh my God, that
kills me every time I watch this episode.
I knew you were going there because right when you said that, I was like, shit, I forgot about that.
It's so freaking funny, and then they reference Big Blue Sea.
Oh yeah, and then Samuel Jackson's ass still guiding. LL Cool J showed that was in the water with sharks, and Samuel Jackson still got his ass eaten. She's like, yeah, you ain't wrong.
This episode, as we've already said, it's a great parody of the cult classic that is.
I mean, you have an '80s reference of Friday the 13th.
Yes.
You get a '80s wrestling reference in there.
Yes. Rick Astley.
Rick Astley. You get Deep Blue Sea, which I want to say is.
I thought 90s.
Check, because I want to say 90s, early 2000s.
I want to say I think that was a 90s movie. I really want to. I feel like it was 90s.
1999.
Oh, look at that! Right on the cuff of that. What other references did they make? Did they make any other references? Other than those, I think we pretty much got them all.
Yeah, no, I think we did. Yeah. One of the better. That's one of the best Halloween episodes out there.
Okay, so I'm going to go on record right here, right now,
saying that it's the best.
This is my favorite Psych-o-ween Halloween episode. This is my absolute favorite.
I think mine has to be a three-way tie between Scary Sherry, this, and In Plain Fright.
All very solid choices.
That's why it's a three-way tie.
And you know what? That's respectable because we've already reviewed Scary Sherry. We haven't gotten to In Plain Fright yet, but all three of those are very solid.
But Scary Sherry, not Scary Sherry, In Plain Fright is very Scooby-Doo in a horror way.
It is, but
I think that's what they were going for, though.
Yeah, no, they totally were going for that aspect, and I love it for them.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Yeah, no, this is totally... Tuesday the 17th is by far my favorite Halloween-themed Psych episode of Psych-o-ween.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we could go on, and this could be a really long video talking about Tuesday the 17th.
Yeah,
but
good.
I think we've pretty much said everything we wanted to.
Yeah, I think we twisted it enough. Yeet.
I would like, twirl a bar if I had a crowbar right here.
Yeah, not in this room.
Yeah, no. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this Psych-o-ween episode review video. Let us know down below in the comment section, have you seen Psych? And more importantly, have you seen the cult classic episode that is Tuesday the 17th? Thank you so much for watching, guys, and take care.
And may the gooch be with you.